In a world, 4 friends, 1 mission, to bring freedom to everyone involved.
Dude, what the fuck are you doing?
Doing a thing for the podcast.
Dude, just say the name.
Fine. It's the Freedom Friends Podcast. I'm gonna walk across the way and play in that fucking arcade when I'm all drunk. I'm riding this little train. But sir, fuck you, I'm riding it.
Fuck you, it's my tiny helicopter.
I'm getting in it. And then I'm gonna go beat the shit out of the Easter Bunny that's right here because he's freaking me out.
Fuck that guy.
I saw him setting up the other day.
Why do you have glasses? Why does every fucking Easter bunny have fucking glasses?
Yeah, dude, is it a glaucoma issue and rabbits? Like oversized rabbits?
I
Like,
thought rabbits actually had really good eyesight.
I thought you guys ate carrots. Like, what the fuck?
y'all got fucking, yeah, right? You're supposed to have like great beta carotene fucking intake and shit. This is bullshit.
It's so
Apparently can't see
you
shit.
don't punch him.
Right?
Can't hit a man with glasses. Yeah, I can.
The fuck I can.
You hit low. I'm only worried about fucking the glass hurting my hand. That's not fucking...
I just hit a man with glasses. Fuck that. You can do it. You can do it.
That's
so
like
it's
that,
Thursday.
That's like that optician that I told you about. That article we saw on LinkedIn.
Oh, yeah?
This fucking optometrist fucking fell into his lens grinding machine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Made a total spectacle out of himself.
Zing.
Jim's gonna fight me.
It's Thursday. We're in a semicircle. There's drinks on the table. There's smokes in our hands. Jazz, what are we about to do?
Fucking masturbating, boys.
Yes, we are. It's time for Freedom Friends Master Debate, where us, the Freedom Friends, solve the world's problems one retarded, mediocre topic at a time. And, yeah, Justin, what do you got for us?
Dial it up, kid.
All right, boys.
All right, boys.
So I want to know which is worse and which you would rather fight through. Conventional or unconventional warfare?
When's the last time we fought conventional warfare?
Well, 2003.
2003.
Not really.
We fought conventional warfare.
Yeah.
2003 we did.
Well, nobody came out to play. I'm not quite sure, like, if they all came out to play.
But the conventional war lasted like days.
41 days.
Because invasion, but I don't know if I would call that warfare.
Unlike some countries we can mention, we can actually support and supply our guys.
Yeah.
I didn't shoot anybody that had a uniform on.
Yeah.
Fuck, I did.
Really?
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
In 03?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. I don't remember.
Well, it's because I never made it into Baghdad. I was standing outside and everybody's running out. I'm like, hey, blink, blink, bling,
Yeah,
bling, bling.
I was on the airport, so they had uniforms.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of Republican Guard was stashing them.
That
Yeah,
was
like, well, we and Scott were talking about this on Saturday.
maybe days in, though.
Yeah,
Like,
we were talking about this on Saturday, like Vietnam, like the Vietnam vets, like, well, your war was, fuck you. You had hookers, you had beer, you could smoke fucking pot, you could wear fucking t-shirts and fucking do-rags and goddamn body armor.
You also got...
And nobody said shit to you.
You also got leave time to retreat back to major cities.
I don't like jungles either.
I don't want to fight with
However,
a jungle, man.
I don't want to fuck with the jungle, but there was the whole like, oh, you're getting a week furlough and you can go back to fucking some
go to
major
China Beach.
city. Yeah, like, and like, it was a very different animal. Like,
they had beer and hookers.
If I could have just had beer, I'd have been really happy.
Yeah.
That would have been made. That would have been like 89%.
You mean officially have beer?
Well, yeah, because I definitely had booze over there.
Yeah.
Thanks, Grandma.
That's why I had it.
What? It's not like they're gonna fucking article you now. Like,
Yeah, right.
fucking.
Did my grandmother sent me for my birthday, for my 23rd birthday in Fallujah? She sent me a box. It was a Tupperware full of brownies.
Yeah.
But inside the brownies was an entire bottle of Crown Royal that she stacked brownies around.
Nice.
And like my grandma was fucking rad, man.
Now
she's missed.
That is how you support our troops.
Fucking
right
yeah,
there.
dude. Yeah. So she did that, and then I went to the chow hall and I swiped like a fucking whole case of like the little Haji sodas, the little Pepsis and stuff.
Mixers, yeah.
And me and my boys sat around a fire on Camp Fallujah.
And that's how I got an Article 15.
Drinking Crown and Coke. Yeah. That was my
my
23rd
wife sent me
birthday.
a bunch of booze because I'm like, I need booze for the reporters. So we had Pat Bay and so we had a bunch of shit and we had it all in our fridge. So when my brigade commander comes down to fucking opens the fucking thing. He sees all this booze. He just closes. He's like, all right, Sonny. He's like, just don't make it. Like, he didn't say shit. He just went on with his fucking.
PAO,
as
man.
long as I gave Gunny his fucking share, I was gold, man. Like I would buy a bottle off the bus driver or some shit, and I'd just walk over and grab his canteen cup, and he'd be like, "What are you doing?" And I'd fucking shut up. And I'd pour it in, and I hand it back to him. He'd be like, "What the? Oh!" And he'd walk away.
I had a
like,
piece of shit named Captain Cowan.
Here we go.
Hey, dropping the names.
Yep. Captain Cowan, you were a piece of shit.
No, we had and then in Afghanistan on Sundays we had plenty of booze, and then Mondays my Marines would go and they would collect on the football cards, and then Sunday morning the E8 that was running for the fucking 82nd, their fucking guy, he would go get ice and all the booze, and then we would have 25 mostly contractors betting on football, and it was, if you're gonna fucking run a war, you have to have a racket. I wanted a still, but my guys weren't up to the still. I'm like, y'all fucking know how to make a still. Let's make a still. Like, if we're gonna we have to have a side thing. They're like, sir, we don't want to go to jail.
The fucked up thing is that we're the only dry army out there.
Yeah.
We're the only dry military.
I would make
there
friends
is.
with like the other fucking.
Everybody else had it.
They had booze, man.
Everybody else had it.
The Dutch, they got all kinds of booze,
The
man.
English had
Amazing.
taps.
No, well, so the Brits folded
had
though.
taps.
They folded though. They folded like 8 years into like, we'll just do fucking General Order 1. But before that,
No, fucking those
In
dudes had.
04, they had fucking kegs.
they were
Those
fucking
motherfuckers had taps, and it was like English beer. It was like Old Speckled Hen and like all that shit, like
Yeah.
on tap.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody who's like, look, our
And
guys
all the
can't
drink
drink that, so you're making them feel bad.
Bullshit. Those motherfuckers didn't give a fuck.
Now-
They
now
had the
that-
different
now-
glasses for the different beers and shit.
That was then.
Now they're cracking down on even sending cigars.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's fucked.
That's
up.
been a part of war forever.
I know.
Like, what the fuck,
Fucking
man?
weird. Oh, so anyways, what was the question? Conventional versus non-conventional?
Yes.
I'm a non-conventional guy.
If it was who we had to fight against,
Yeah, who's the opponent?
I mean, I really only know non-conventional.
yeah, that's what
All
I'm
right,
saying.
so
Is that
we're in Central and South America, absolutely, and I don't do jungle. Like, I'm bug averse,
Yeah.
but I could do that if I got to enjoy
for conventional or
the
non-conventional?
other parts of Central
So you're
and
saying
South America.
non-conventional in Central and South America?
Yeah.
Actually,
So you just want to like rip a line and then fucking
Woo! Let's do this.
No,
Right, gotcha.
not how we want to do war. How we fight against war.
Are we fighting against non-conventional? or are we
doing
fighting
war
against-
is obviously
this
unconventional.
Is, like, you are a U.S. soldier and you are fighting in this type of warfare. So like, are you
Oh no, I'd
fighting-
rather fight conventional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so much easier. It's black and white. That's the bad guy. The biggest issue we had transitioning from OF1 to OF2 was the fact that they stopped wearing uniforms. Like, we didn't know who the fuck the
when
bad
we
guy
stopped
was.
Well,
fighting in
that and-
military and started fighting insurgency,
That and winning the hearts and minds was definitely
it was a fucking nightmare.
not a good move.
When your
So-
ROE is ages 15 to 55, male, female, kill them, or somebody wearing boots, kill them, that's unconventional. We don't know what the fuck we're fighting against. You know what I mean?
And that's why
Like,
so much of that's what I'm saying is like,
That
when was the
was
last time we
never
even
my
fought
ROE.
conventional
that was my
warfare?
ROE in Fallujah. It was
And
awesome.
Desert Storm.
Conventional warfare. Yeah, Desert Storm was conventional. But even then, we were there, 60 days, and it was
101 days or whatever the
it
fuck
looked
was.
like the fucking rapture. Like, we were walking in and there was just piles of uniforms sitting around, like everybody just fucking been disappeared off the face of the earth. Like,
Yeah.
we haven't fought conventional warfare in a long ass time. So, and I think everybody thinks this, like, well, non-conventional warfare is, these tiny little teams and
No.
and we
Conventional warfare is force on force.
that's
where
force
it's-
on force. So, but we haven't had an identified force we've fought against in.
Yeah, if all of the U.S. Army could have taken their uniforms off and we fought in Iraq, we would have done a lot better.
And essentially, so it's a weird question
Yeah.
because a lot of that comes down to, like, we have non-conventional warfare teams that exist. Like, anybody that operates in small team units is non-conventional
Well, I mean,
warfare
that's
as far as the
literally
definition
that's
is concerned.
Literally 18 series' entire job is to be
Anybody
force
that-
multipliers for non-conventional
Anybody
tactics.
multi-branch that falls underneath soft command is technically non-conventional warfare. They don't fight in like nobody within the soft community is doing the whole like, well, it's a squad wedge. Like, we don't fucking fight that way. Like,
Rangers.
Dude, the Rangers don't even do that shit
Rangers-
anymore.
yeah, but the
man.
Rangers don't do that shit anymore.
They did in
Yeah.
2003.
Yes.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I think that was like the last time was the initial invasion.
But even if those guys are going to go seize an airfield now, they'd have the best hair going in to seize that airfield.
Yeah.
It's not like that shit.
Unless Recon was around, goddamn.
Because even then, you can look at that. Like Panama, when the Rangers went in, that was still non-conventional.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, those guys sort of wore uniforms, but the entire mission
I wonder how
was
many of our listeners are
non-conventional.
like were either in Panama or nope. Like you hear stories about those guys.
There's a few of them.
Because there were so many Vietnam vet, like sergeant majors and older officers.
command
This was
line
like their
was-
last fucking hurrah. Jesus Christ. They fucking shot up a lot of shit.
Oh, dude, we'll jump into RCBT. I know like fucking like 12 dudes with fucking mustard stains from Panama.
Panama, dude.
And it's like,
It was the last time.
well, there was one in Iraq.
But it was like 4 dudes. It was more than 4 dudes, but
I knew you were just saying,
for percentage wise, it was essentially 4 fucking
It was
dudes.
essentially
Like,
four dudes, yeah. But
that was the
I
last time
agree.
that there was
Like-
any sort of like just broad spectrum. They stroked the pin. And it was like, yep, you're all getting fucking yellow stars. Like that was
they fuck with the
and those
173rd
aircraft got
forever to get that
fucked.
fucking yeah.
Fuck
like
yeah.
those air like they knew they were coming. It was bad.
Well,
Yeah.
when what seventh idea, fifth idea, whatever opens the fucking main gate at fucking in fucking Panama City, just rolls out. Like that was the invasion. Open the main gate, we're rolling. I mean,
yeah.
you know,
I just talked to a dude that was actually he was a lieutenant in Panama.
I know that,
Well, what do you guys picture our last conventional fight? Like,
honestly, Korea.
Truly?
yeah, Korea.
Korea?
Yeah.
It was really our last conventional
it was a very,
fight.
very infantry heavy, but yeah.
Yeah, Korea. Part of Vietnam, but even then, that was a lot of Vietnam quickly devolved into 8-9 dudes on patrol that were getting in these small team fights, and you didn't know what the fuck you were dealing with. And,
Even if they hit a fire base, you're still dealing with MDA and
yeah,
VC,
and it was
a
so
shit
much
show.
just like react to whatever the fuck just happened.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like they've got this hard point, we're gonna go take that hard point, or we have a hard point, they're gonna try and
I'd
take
say
it.
Korea was our last like conventional force on force fight.
How many times in your military did you do like any of the battle drills? That you were
Oh, fucking millions. We trained for conventional.
no, not trained, but actually
Never.
applied.
I
them.
never did. Outside. You're talking like outside trade off,
Yeah.
like when I was actually doing my
Yeah,
job.
when you were doing your job.
I mean,
Not once.
I've watched guys from whether it's the 101st or what, or all those guys do like season objective, season like with Battle Drill 6 where you fucking outer cordon guys go in, seize a house, knock a house down, and do all the
Yeah,
shit.
I've seen stuff like infantry, like small unit infantry tactics
those
never
were
changed.
those
Sure.
were kind of created after 03 though.
Yeah.
Like,
don't get me
like,
wrong.
What did we have? We had like the squad attack. You had the
Yeah.
flank, and we would do those when.
Fucking hammerhead right, dog.
Yeah, like we did those a handful of times.
Yeah.
Some
but for
of
the
it-
I
most,
wasn't walking
Nobody
up
was
fucking,
calling a play though. Like
wasn't-
they weren't
Yeah.
calling it like
I wasn't
that.
walking up streets and
Where-
wedges and shit.
Right.
Where in Iraq could you have pulled off one alpha?
so we did.
In the middle of nowhere.
No,
Right, like it was like
we were
Well, bar you could. A lot of nothing up there.
yeah.
we were walking through palm groves and shit. We would wedge in and we would do the flanking
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
But I mean
I've done like tactical 360s and stuff.
but that
in
was
Palm
like
Groves,
that was
stuff like
literally I mean God, that was like literally count on one hand how many times we may have done that compared to like just our normal like I guess
I mean, the closest you got was maybe like
the mountain stuff. I mean we
yeah.
got
If anybody
really
was going to call
proficient
like
at that,
actual
but-
door stacking and stuff,
What,
like
was
a
it door
battle
stacking?
drill,
You stacked and you
yeah,
fucking rolled it, or
on
you
the
did
mechanized
that.
side, though, we definitely still did. Like
Absolutely.
mechanized, we definitely used like our regular fucking maneuvers.
Because there's
and
only
stuff.
really one way to do that stuff.
Yeah.
Even if it was like one track, two tracks, or
sure.
whatever, there's only one way to kind of do a lot of that stuff. But the infantry guys, you guys broke it
yeah.
down to
Vehicle
what
ingress and egress. There was a lot of the standard stuff, like
But
a lot of the Egyptian box egressing and all that kind of stuff.
a lot of that was
none of
like
that stuff
learn on the
fell
fly.
into battle
But
drill.
we were still fighting unconventional.
yeah, 100%.
Even though we were fighting it conventionally, we were fighting unconventional.
What's weird about it is that
That
it
was
was
always my complaint. Is we were the only ones playing by the fucking rules.
Yeah.
That was
Well,
always my.
and that was the
always my issue
problem,
with
right?
it.
Is that
Yeah.
it was essentially we started inventing new conventional warfare
Yeah,
to
like,
be the standard
why did-
because we were never fighting a standard.
Why
like
did
it
why
was,
did we never IED them back?
because it's not in the. It's against the Geneva
Yeah,
Convention to use that kind of shit.
some
if-
E4
like,
trying to
for-
figure out how to
No, no.
stuff plastic explosive in a Folgers can wasn't exactly like
for,
It would've worked.
for example, we took fire from a building that we drove past all the time. Why didn't we just load that bitch with fucking explosives?
By the time-
and the next time we drove by and took fire, we just went click, bang.
So the
leveled
last,
building.
so
Or why don't you just
when
fucking
was your
J-dam
last?
it?
When was your
Right?
last tour? Well, there was that, but we started doing some pretty fucking amazing shit. So I got fucking roped into a fucking brief, and I'm one of those guys that like I don't want to know. Like whatever games you guys are playing, I don't want to know. And the
Sure.
SF guys came in. Well, it was another organization, and they briefed us on the shit. And I'm like, la la la, I don't want to know. The shit that they were fucking doing was absolutely amazing, and it was that shit.
Really?
It was
Bliss,
taking
dog.
Xboxes.
Yes.
They would go in. They would go in and they would seize a bunch of shit and be, oh, there's an Xbox, there's blood, and they would do some stuff to the Xbox and then leave it. And then stuff would happen. By the time like 2009, 10, especially after the like tail end of the surge, they got real good at like, fuck these guys. We weren't doing it. Conventional
Right.
military wasn't doing it, but god damn it, the other
Yeah.
orgs were fucking
There
doing
was
it.
some cool shit that we were allowed
I
to
would have
do.
been good at stuff like that.
Like there was stuff that we were allowed, like we figured out the local population thought that AH-64s could see through buildings.
Yeah.
So we started broadcasting the sound, and people were literally exiting the buildings because they thought we could see through the buildings. They would exit the buildings and they would just open fire because it would
thunder.
keep the infrastructure but eliminate the combatant.
So I got a story. The first time, God, this is in 03. Like I think we were in Anajef, and we're walking down the fucking road with night vision on, and there was a husband and a wife that were standing outside, and we get close, and he just starts beating the shit out of his wife. We're like, what the fuck, you know? And
Was he not until you walked up?
He was not until like we got close enough, and then she was still out there, and he starts like beating the shit out of her, makes her motherfucks her to go inside, and so we had the interpreter like ask him why the hell he was beating his wife. You know, he thought that our night vision was X-ray vision, and we could see her naked. Until I literally took them off of my helmet and handed it to the guy, and I'm like, "Look," and he's like, "Oh."
He's like, oh, sorry,
okay.
honey.
Yeah, sorry. You know, like, but it was just like
That's when you fucking click the, you
They're
put it back
wild.
on
When
and you
we-
click the button and
It's
go, she's
insane,
got
man.
nice tits.
but like when we first got there, they had no concept of what our capabilities actually were.
Well, it's like when we started getting intel back that they thought, because we wore body armor, they thought we were immortal. Because guys were getting shot and then standing back up.
Yeah.
So they'd take the impact in the body armor, it'd knock you down, and the guys were standing back up and getting back in the fight. And that's where that whole rumor that the fucking Americans were immortal.
Yeah.
And it was like, no,
Yes,
it's body armor.
the-
That happened in Iraq, in Somalia in 2000 or
They
in
thought we couldn't
91.
die. Yeah.
Well, like that's why they wouldn't fight Marines.
Yeah.
They were like, don't fight the Black Boot Warriors because we didn't have fucking desert boots because we were poor.
They
They were like,
would
don't
die.
fight the Black Boot Warriors. They'll kill everybody. And it was like,
Well, that's just because you did kill everybody. Because you just told me the ROE you had that I never fucking had.
that was Fallujah. That was a different world, man.
When I fucking flew into Missoula, it was right after the Marines had left,
Yeah.
and the fucking people hated you guys, and they took it out on us.
Well,
because you guys just
like
killed
what you
everybody.
guys did in Fallujah is no different than they did in Way. There's no different than they did in
biggest
World War
urban
II when
assault
they were
since Wave
fucking.
City,
when they were going through fucking Manila,
Yeah.
what the army was fighting.
In all
and
fairness,
so
they didn't do that to Fallujah till Fallujah fucked with them first.
That's true.
that's very true.
Like Fallujah whacked a
deserved 'em.
bunch of motherfuckers, and the Marines were like, "Oh hell no!"
Because we
And
went
then
in because Vigilant Resolve. We
Yep.
went in April and
then
we got pulled back.
a whole bunch
yeah,
of
they-
Marines
yeah.
died,
Well,
and then the Marine Corps was like,
and then Blackwater got
Yeah.
hung on Blackwater Bridge. All the Blackwater operators
That was
got
first.
hung on.
That was
happened.
first.
that was first. Then you're out. Then the first time you
Vigilant
guys
Resolve.
then you guys went in.
We got fucking beat up, and then they instead of letting us go back in and finish it, they pulled everybody back, and that pissed everybody off. And all those guys had rotated, so like there's a huge difference between it's like Vigilant Resolve and
Yeah,
fucking Phantom
so-
Fury guys. Vigilant Resolve guys got fucked, whereas Phantom Fury we got to go in there and fucking do work. You know, like
and
the
that's
leash
the
was
thing is
off
that
on
it's
us.
not like
Well,
it's not like
and
they
they-
just dropped them on Fallujah and were like, just go ahead and obliterate.
But they
this.
prepped.
Like,
They prepped the population before that.
Yes,
like,
yes.
There
Psyops
was a
did their
huge
job.
You
psyop
gotta
campaign
go,
that came in
'cause
that
if you're
said, like,
left,
Yeah.
we're
if
gonna
you're
fuck you.
here, we consider you a combatant.
This is
and
a
that was
fight,
the message.
and you don't need to be here. And if you're here, it's a problem.
Yeah.
And that's where we got that ROE
Yeah.
of ages 15 to 55.
Yeah.
They're
And then they
combatant.
fucking walled off the entire city, and you boys went in and fucking
Yep. Sure did.
Bellavia and the army dudes and one ID and fucked everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, they got a warning. Psyop went in there first and
We
was
let
like,
him know.
if you stay,
Dude, I still have some of the, I don't know where they are, but I used to have the leaflets that
Yeah.
you guys
that
dropped.
literally said, if you stay, You're here for the fight.
The shit's on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just know that this is happening.
If you stay, you're here for the
My
fight.
favorite was when we got to hit after fucking Fallujah, when we went over there for the elections and stuff. It was a very small contingency. It was just was one company of infantry marines and with a mortar team and tracks, one platoon of tracks. And we were over there. And when we got to hit to do election day, they had
A purple thumb campaign?
PSYOPs had came. Yeah. PSYOPs had came through. We had one voter, and that bitch was counting paces.
Yeah.
It was a bad place to be. When fucking PSYOPs had went through, and they were like, the Marines that are coming here are the Marines that just murdered everyone in Fallujah. They will kill all of you if you step out of line. So when we got there, they'd walk out their fucking house. They'd walk out and be like, nope. And walk back in. It was weird for us because we were used to seeing if there's a civilian, if there's someone there, that's a fighter.
Yeah.
So we're coming from that to like, no. Now we have ROE, like real ROE. It's like, no. You need to get fucking engaged.
Yeah.
And shit. We're no longer in the Wild West, man. Now we're in fucking civilian populace. And it's like, fuck, man. It was culture shock.
We had a loose.
There was a couple of missions where PSYOP felt like they actually got to do their job. And
Yeah.
Fallujah was one of them.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
We had a loose ROE like that for about 3 weeks in 2003 when we were in the initial invasion in Najaf, and then like maybe the first fucking week in Mosul. After that, it was a very strict ROE.
So Justin, I guess to answer the question, only one of us was alive for Korea, so the rest of us don't know.
Yeah, I don't.
Actually, well, if y'all are down, I'm gonna rattle off some countries, and I want to get y'all's
Whether we do conventional or
Yes.
non-conventional?
Y'all ready?
Okay.
Yeah.
Vietnam.
Non-conventional.
Non-conventional.
Would rather be non-conventional.
I'd rather fight in Vietnam non-conventional.
Well, I think that's the
No,
only
no.
way you could have.
What are we
Yeah.
doing?
Yeah. So
Are we
you're-
fighting
how-
them non-conventionally, or are they fighting us non-conventionally?
You're fighting them.
So the methodology I would use in the country.
Yes.
Vietnam non-conventional.
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 Yeah.
Soft fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a soft fight.
North Korea.
Non-conventional.
Conventional.
Conventional. We'd fucking obliterate them in a fucking day.
Yeah, but it'd be so much more fun
Yeah,
non-conventional.
but I'm efficient, man.
There's gonna be guys
the
doing
reason-
that shit
one
anyway.
thing, be
It'd be a
efficient.
48-hour war.
The reason that conventional would work in North Korea is if they took their uniforms off, North Korea would kill them.
Yeah.
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 Ooh,
So
smart.
they either have to stay and fight.
And the local
Yeah.
population actually hates North Korea so fucking much that anybody that wasn't a combatant would just leave.
Yeah.
They would
Yeah.
just get out of the way.
Yep.
They're just going to be streaming across the 38th parallel as refugees, and everybody else who's left,
Yep.
you get to kill.
Or they'd be standing out there with white flags going like, it's not me. It's
Yeah.
that fucker over there.
Yep. Go
They're
kill
like,
that
In my
motherfucker. It ain't me.
1962 vintage fucking piece of shit Russian tank.
Yeah.
So yeah, nope.
South Korea.
Well, we wouldn't fight them.
Yeah, I wouldn't fight
I mean,
them.
they're an ally, but if we had to,
They're really good at what they do. They're
they're-
tough as fuck.
if we had to, I think
Well, there's a lot to blow up. Like South Korea is a modern, ultra modern country, so
Yeah.
there's stuff to.
but they're
destroy.
actually, and they're beyond ultra. Their technological advancement is actually insanity.
There's a lot of stuff.
so.
to take
Conventional might be a better move than
No, I would actually say non-conventional because
It's-
you'd want
it's
small
not-
team infrastructure
There's
destruction
not a lot
before
of.
you ever
It's not
fought
good
them.
tank country, so armor vehicles and stuff like that would be tough. It's
Yeah,
tough.
and you're not
even with
walking in there.
even with the highways, it'd still be tough.
That's
And the
true.
conventional fight, the bog down would happen. You'd want small team infrastructure destruction in order to cripple the country.
And then take out the fucking leadership and,
And
try
then
to fucking go.
it'd all be snatch and grab, small team usage.
You've thought about this way too much for that being an ally. I can't even weigh in on this.
Non-
Anyone who's ever
South Korea would be non-conventional for me.
Yeah.
Mm,
What do you got?
yeah, I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know.
India.
India's big. They got a big fucking army.
Big fucking button.
I don't know shit about it.
And you got to fight Gurkhas and shit.
Big button. Push the big
Like,
button.
Gurkhas are fucking conventional or non-conventional masters, so I would go conventional against
Yeah,
them.
I'm not getting
Big-
fucking hacked to pieces by a
big-
fucking knife. So.
big
yeah, I'm
fucking
not
button.
getting fucking cut to bits by a fucking
Big button.
fucking
I wouldn't want to
kooky
go in
blade.
there. I physically wouldn't want to be in there. Big button, go back in 10 years.
Yeah,
I don't know enough about it.
yeah.
Sheet of glass.
China.
There's a lot to destroy.
I think we need both.
Yeah.
I think we need to fucking hit them on both fronts.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's
Yeah.
just because there's so many.
Yeah.
So we
Well,
would have to
not wrong.
fucking we'd have to do
Is-
non-conventional infrastructure
Is
fucking fighting.
China going to happen in
And at the same
China
time-
or in the United States?
I think
This is in their country.
Oh, okay.
it'd have to
Then
be a
both.
combination of the two. You'd want small team tactic in order to go in and actually remove infrastructure as well as local recruitment. because you'd want to create a we'd want to actually facilitate a rebel force internally because they're going to know the culture infrastructure better than we are.
Good luck with that. But,
And then a lot of those people don't like their government.
Well, just go to Hong Kong and recruit them.
It wouldn't be that hard of a recruitment effort.
well, that's what we thought in 2003, though, too. So,
But then, so what you'd want to do is you'd want to use local population to act as support for the conventional force that would come in, but it'd probably be a 90-day non-conventional invasion. And then after that, you'd want to use local population for support of conventional warfare on the move in.
Yeah, I agree. You'd have to hit that one on both fronts. Same with Russia. We'd have to do the same thing.
That's China. It's the big button.
China gets the big button for you, Scott. Fair enough.
it's going to be a tough one.
Russia.
Well, you know what? Before they invaded Ukraine, I would have said conventional. Now, I don't know.
Oh, I would say totally conventional.
No,
now.
conventional, we'd whip their ass.
Yeah.
Total conventional in like April.
Yeah. I don't want to fuck
I'm
around
not going in the
Siberia.
winter. Yeah,
I don't want
fuck
to go to
you.
Siberia in the winter.
Not even Siberia.
That sounds-
Anywhere in Russia
that
in the
sounds
winter.
terrible.
Fuck that. You want proof of that? Look at the Germans.
If it was in the United States, unconventional. If it was in Russia, I mean,
Anybody who'd have to fight in the United States would be unconventional warfare.
Yeah.
Anybody that
Because the
invaded would have to
populace would handle it,
drop to unconventional.
I don't even think we would need the military if it was in the
No.
You could just use
But if we're
National
going
Guard.
into Russia,
if
we're going into
National
Russia,
Guard and people.
It's our time, boys.
veterans.
conventional warfare in the spring and summer. But I'm not fucking going in there in the winter.
Yeah.
Not gonna happen.
Well, I mean, and it's going to be.
That's where the term fighting season comes into play.
You know, before this Ukraine thing, I've said it before. I've told my wife, like, we do not want to fight Russia.
Yeah, now I'm watching the Ukraine.
Now-
and I'm
And
kind of
now
like,
I'm just like, we would wipe the fucking.
yeah, we'd whoop some
Oh my
ass.
God.
Yeah.
It wouldn't even be fair.
It'd be wholesale ass.
Yeah.
Like when they lined up to go into Kiev, I saw a meme. And it was
Every
like,
A-10
yeah,
pilot
every
just
A-10
going like,
pilot just has a boner.
"Ooh."
And it's just like, oh, let me go.
40-mile convoy. Fuck off.
Fucking no dispersion, just on each other's ass.
We need to create an A-20 that holds twice the amount of rounds.
Yeah.
Can I get
Anytime you can
2
remove
fucking Gatling
street
guns on this?
signs and fuck up an entire military.
Right?
Like, I'm like, you don't have GPS? They're like, no, we built these bitches in like the 60s. They're like, we don't fucking.
It's like, bro, you can use Google Earth and get a better
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
intel.
You can't get cell phone reception in a tank.
Right? That's not true.
I just.
Well, if you open the hatch, you're fine.
But then you let the javelins in.
I think the closer we got to Moscow, the fucking the worse that fight would get.
That's why we
Because you're
have
gonna fight
buttons.
with a bunch of true believers.
That's why we have
once you get
buttons.
all the assholes who are like,
Does anybody really want Moscow?
We
Would
would
anybody
soften-
be mad
Dude,
if we just like.
by the time we got there, it'd be softened to fuck though. Like, I mean,
know.
our air is so more superior than their
And when
shit.
you have a
like,
million people in Russia, in Moscow, that show up that are like, we don't want this war.
Yeah.
If you are so anti-Russia going to a fight that in Russia you're willing to dissent, that is a hard
that speaks
belief.
loudly.
dude,
Yeah.
I'm just saying it didn't work out for fucking Napoleon and it didn't work out for the fucking Wehrmacht. So I'm just saying it. Just the closer
Yeah,
we,
they
as
also,
much as a
they
soup
also
sandwich
both
they are.
tried to go there during winter too.
well,
Like, fucking
the Germans got a little delayed. Fucking Greeks. Anyway, but yeah, let's just. You know what's better? To have debates like this, smoke cigars, and drink fucking bourbon.
I agree. I agree.
Than to go deal with the fucking. I mean,
Who else you got?
yeah. What else you got?
I got Brazil on here.
Brazil.
Brazil.
I don't want to fight.
I
Conventional.
don't
this
fuck
shit.
the Brazilians.
I just want to. I'll get deployed there. And
Yeah,
just-
I'd love to
Yeah.
go hang out. Fuck.
All right.
I mean, conventional, we would beat the shit out of them, or on
The
non-conventional.
Marines would land on those beaches and be like, "I'm not going
I'm
any
not
farther
fighting
than
here.
this."
Yeah, I'm staying right here.
Look at that chick. That chick's hot.
Look at these booties. I'm not fighting these
the
guys.
Marines. the headline is usually
See, that's when we take
The
Viking
head-
tactics and we just breed ourselves in. And
the,
it doesn't
the
matter.
headline's usually the soldiers are raping the population. If the Marines landed in Brazil, it would be the Marines got raped by the population.
Yeah.
All the Brazilian
Right.
chicks.
And
I
none
mean,
of us would be mad.
right.
Like first Martiv takes part of Carnival.
We're out there on a fucking float. Fucking, yeah,
I get your
great.
beads.
It's beads in reverse.
Fucking amazing.
I guess the short answer is unconventional.
Extremely.
In all forms.
Non-conventional.
Winning the hearts and minds, if you
Yeah,
will.
we're gonna go ahead and breed our way into leadership.
I respect it. What about Taiwan?
Either way, it's over in a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I
they're
wouldn't
kind
do
of
anything.
they're fans of us and hate China. So I think
We're not
we
going to
could-
have to fight them. So it's.
Yeah, we'd probably just walk up and be
Yeah.
like, "Hey, can we have this?" They'd be
I
like,
think
"Yeah,
that would
we're
that
good
would
with
be like a phone call.
We'd-
It'd be like,
we'd
hey, we're
we'd
gonna
rather
come.
work for you than them, so we're
We're gonna
good
put
with it."
bases in to make sure China doesn't come. They'd be like, okay. Like,
Canada.
Ooh,
They're
there
so
you go.
nice, though. They're so nice.
Canada's like 3 people.
But they're so nice.
Why
Yeah,
would we
I
want
mean-
candidates?
Well, why would we invade Taiwan? I'm just we're
Yeah.
throwing this shit out.
Hey, boys,
cold and
it's
French.
The debates, like we just make the shit up.
Canada's like 3 people, and I think we just send Scott.
Yeah, right.
Scott gets it's 3 people. He gets 5 rounds.
I'm just gonna blow
in
up
case.
fucking
Yeah,
like the Montreal Forum. That's going. But besides that, I'm gonna burn every fucking Canadian's
Yeah,
fucking jersey.
there you go.
As
Okay,
a fucking spite.
It's we big button Quebec,
Nobody gives a fuck.
and
about those
everybody else
Frenchies.
else just goes like, hey, thanks, like, and we're done.
We don't like
And that's
those
the whole
fucking
war.
guys anyway.
They're like, "Oh, sorry, want some Tinbits?"
Yeah, it'd give you a double and a cheeseburger, and you'd
Yeah.
be fucking good to go.
Yeah.
All right, last one is Pakistan.
Big button all fucking day.
Yeah.
Fuck those guys.
Yeah.
I'm not stepping foot in that country.
I
And
mean-
camp the rest of them.
Don't get me wrong. We would fuck them up either way.
It would just smell really bad.
I
to me.
would rather big button them because they're fucking shady.
Yeah, fucking
and the
big button
Indians
'em,
would be like so happy.
big button 'em.
Oh yeah,
They would do all the hard work.
India would do it for us. Fuck. It'd be
Straight
like,
up,
hey,
we could go to India and be like, if you go into Pakistan, we got you. And they'd be like,
They'd
motherfucker!
be like, finally, let's roll.
Imagine going into Pakistan and seeing the guy that was like your chow hall cook in fucking Iraq.
Packies.
It's like, I remember you, you motherfucker.
Oh no extra bacon for me, motherfucker.
You only get 2 pieces. Like, fuck you.
No, seriously though, I think we could just tell India to be like, if you
That
go into
DVD didn't
Pakistan,
work.
we got you. Tear the fence down, go take it back. And
Yep.
they'd be like, you got us? And be like, oh, we got you. Don't even worry about it. And they'd be like, well, fuck. Okay then.
Remember that
Bullets today are 2 for $1, son. And they
Remember-
just fucking wipe
remember that-
people out wholesale.
that fucking pirated DVD you sold me and the baby was crying the whole movie? Fuck you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Trying to watch Dawn of the Dead and there's motherfuckers getting up and walking in front of the fucking can. Fuck you, man.
Well, boys, those are the other than the U.S., the 10 largest militaries. So
No.
that's where I pulled this list from.
Well, I mean,
Oh, I would want to fight Pakistan conventionally because I'd want to see them march.
I kind of like it's like that British thing. It's kind of fucking cool.
It's very animated.
yeah.
No, when we captured them, I'd be like, you guys are just going to do that. You're going to do
Right.
the changing of the guard thing constantly.
Yeah.
I'm not beating you. Just do that.
Yeah.
And you've got to do the whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
I just want
Constantly.
to see this.
Till you fall out.
Yeah.
I'll get you some water.
Give them like broomsticks to use as
Yeah.
weapons and shit.
The last man standing's a U.S. citizen. Go.
Wear their weird fucking, they get their fucking stupid
We're gonna
hats and
have
shit.
tryouts like the Joker. Just fucking-
Thunderdome.
There you go. Yeah, I'm into it.
Well, that's all I got, boys.
All right.
That derailed quick.
I mean, you gotta think the U.S. spends more on defense spending than the
The
20
next 10 countries like behind
the
us.
next 27 combined.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a reason that we're fucking the big dog in the fight.
Dude,
Our
our
reason
army is
nobody's come to us.
our
to
army
fight.
is the softest it's been in a very long time, and we would still whoop wholesale ass
Yeah.
with anybody we'd go up against.
Can confirm.
Like as much of the complaints as I have
our
about the current
leadership
military.
got the fuck out of the way, we could kick anybody's ass.
Yeah.
If our war would stop being led by politicians,
Well, that's how it's always been. I mean,
ever since war got televised, and now it's politically read.
Yeah.
And if we would stop televising war,
Well, look what the Russians did in fucking Chechnya. Nobody was televising that shit. They had, I mean, once they got their shit together in '99, they fucking killed everybody.
bunch of pussies.
It's also why Chechnyans are fucking amazing snipers.
Yeah, well, they're all fucking batshit crazy over there.
They're
But
lunatics.
Tell you who I wouldn't want to fight is fucking Israel.
No.
those are some fucking crazy Jews.
Fucking hell.
Speaking of which, I actually just missed a call.
Dangerous as fuck.
I actually just missed a call from an Israeli guy, from an Israeli fucking
Those guys are-
special ops dude.
They're all that way.
Do you owe them money?
No, he actually
God.
he's going to be on the
Okay,
show
cool.
here in the
They're
next
mean
couple
as
weeks.
fuck.
So yeah,
We just needed to make sure we didn't need to fill your seat.
Those are
for-
the motherfuckers that like
no, he's a good dude.
Okay.
they
I'm
go
friends
back,
with this guy.
They go back to do their 2 years, and they're like, I now know how to kill a man 27 ways with my thumb.
Yeah.
And it's like, fuck.
Yeah.
We had a
Like,
guy that was Israeli. He served his 2 years and then came to the Texas Guard and fucking he was
scary, wasn't he?
Well, no, he wasn't. But then he would tell stories, and you're like, oh,
Yeah, now he
okay,
was scary.
Now,
Yeah,
now
yeah.
you terrify me.
Yeah.
I had a Marine
It's fucking
that
horrifying.
did 4 years in the Marines, got out as a corporal. He was a Jewish kid, went to Israel, did his 2 years mandatory. Well, he was an American citizen,
And it's not mandatory. A lot of those guys that they go back and they're like,
oh
nope.
yeah. A lot of them stay for fucking ever and do it. They love it.
I know a lot of Americans that have gone back.
Yeah.
They're born Americans and go back and do their 2 years and then come back to
That's
the
what-
States.
that's what this kid
Anybody
did.
been to Israel here?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. You see the fucking broads?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I fucking stay too. Jesus Christ.
Uh-huh. So, yeah, and they are not shy.
No, they like us, and they're all tall and brunette, and that's why I married one.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Fucking-
it was fucking retarded.
That's what he did. He did 4 years in the Marines here, got out, fucking was still an American citizen, went to Israel, did 2 years, came back in the Marines. And he might still be in, actually. He's been in for a while. I want to say he's like a senior staff and CO, not like a master sergeant or some shit. But yeah, bad motherfucker.
Those dudes are
fucking
hardcore.
bodies, bro. And he was a good Marine as a boot. You know what I mean? Like the kid just had a good work ethic.
The Israelis are hardcore.
He went over there and got strong and came back fucking stronger.
And that's
was
just their
like,
military.
I'm back to being the
Everybody
Marines.
should-
Let
Let
And
alone
they were
get into any of their
Hey,
get into
I remember
any of
you.
their like 3-letter equivalent.
Yeah.
Like any of their organizations, like the governmental organizations that are non-military.
Yeah. It was funny too, because when that dude left, I
They
was
kind
a
of let them do
sergeant.
what the fuck they want to.
When he left the Marines, I was like a fucking boot sergeant. When he came back, I was a staff sergeant and been in for a while. And he came back as an E4. And he walked up and he was like, "Hey, I'm back." And I was like, "Dude, what the fuck?" And he's like, locked on, hands behind his back, staff sergeant, yes, staff sergeant. And I was, "Whoa, hey, dude, you and I were like fucking boots together. Like, what's up?" Like, tell me the story, man, because I'd known what he did, and he had some crazy fucking war stories, man. That dude went over there and hooked and jabbed. It was pretty impressive.
Yeah, those guys are hard like woodpecker lips.
Well, it's like the fucking Foreign Legion dudes. Like, I know dudes who fucking.
No, sir.
I
Not
would
messing with those.
love to, though, man. Like, if I was a single guy.
How many times I thought about fucking joining? Because I went to school
Oh,
in Vermont, and me
yeah.
and my roommate was another Marine. We were like, fucking finals don't work out. Montreal, south of France.
Do you have to learn French?
Oh yeah, they beat your ass if you don't.
You'll learn it in boot camp.
Yeah. So they have a
Because
class.
you'll get your
for all
ass
the-
fucking whipped
They have a
until
class,
you learn.
and
Yeah.
they put like, this is what a boot is. This is what it is. And you'll be like, all right, for whatever in fucking French. And if you don't get it, whack. You
Yeah.
have to. You got to communicate. And you've got 30, 40 different countries.
Yeah.
I've researched this shit. I love
Yeah.
the Legion. And they're fucking hard.
Yeah.
And their equipment now has gotten a lot better and stuff. It used to kind of suck.
A
and
buddy of
stuff.
mine that I
Yeah.
contracted with, he was an army MP, and then he became a contractor, and he was contracting with me, and then he was going to go to the Legion.
Jesus.
He decided to go
Why
another
don't-
route, and now he's in a 3-letter agency. I'm not going to talk about.
Why doesn't the U.S. have like a foreign legion where we give citizenship to after
We
four?
do. It's the Marines. Most of them speak Spanish.
Dude, John and I were at the poorhouse 2 years ago, and it was it had to be about a week before the Marine Corps birthday. We ran into this kid and we're talking. It was weird. He was wearing like a suit, and he gave us his card, and he'd been a Marine, and he worked for some politician around here. And we're like, oh, cool, that's cool. Like, what are you getting ready to do? He's like, well, I'm done, man. She got voted out, or he got voted out, or whatever. I'm joining the Legion. We were like, fucking A. And he's like, yeah, I'm leaving in like 5 days.
Wow.
We're like, fucking A, just a little dude. And we're like, that's fucking awesome.
Hard as fuck, man.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well, whether you're doing conventional shit or unconventional shit, we're glad you guys tuned in. Brought to you by warfightertobacco.com. Use that code FTFO. Screw yourself that sweet 15% off. Icy Tech Coolers. Use code FreedomFriends10. Get yourself 10% off over there. And wellness.us for all those CBD needs. Use that code FreedomFriends25. Get yourself a quarter off your order over there. Appreciate you guys tuning into this week's Master Debate. Jim, as always, thanks for filling in, buddy.
Absolutely, pal.
And tell your mom.
They're friends?
Yeah, and tell your mom's friends. All right? Whether you're just tuning into the debates or fucking off on the actual show, we appreciate all of you. And 3 little things, little
I hate you
words to
all.
live by. Nothing crazy, nothing hard. Jim, hit him with the first one.
Smoke on.
Jazz?
Drink on.
And god damn it.
Freedom the fuck on.
We'll see you next time.
Vive l'amour, vive la guerre, vive la Legion en charge.
There it is.
5 finger skates.